Hi, my name is Ruben Fuentes, Director of iStruct Australia. It's a privilege to be playing a part in the transformation of the John Darling & Son flour mill, an absolutely iconic building here in Albion in the western suburbs of Melbourne, renovating the building into a retail and commercial office space. We're so excited as developers to be undertaking this project. It's definitely unique, it's a big challenge, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You don't just come across many 90-year-old structures of this scale, or that played such an important role in the development of a city, or that have such a major profile because just about everyone here in the western suburbs knows the building. So we can't take any of that lightly. While we rejuvenate this amazing building and give it new life, we are very conscious of the need to respect and celebrate its historic component. It's a 1926 building and also a significant landmark. So we are being very careful with how we progress works, how we preserve its historic elements and not just on the outside. This project has given us a great opportunity to work directly with government under Heritage Victoria, to be able to sit with them in their offices and do walkthroughs on site about the potential that this building transformation has. Although I've been here many times now, coming to the site is still quite exhilarating and also a bit intriguing, because even though we know what we're going to do, there are constant revelations as the story unfolds. We'd like to share our excitement with you and come along with us as we undertake this exciting project, as we transform this iconic building into a new landmark development.
I'm John Briggs, so I'm a heritage consultant and an architect.
Well, my name's Scott Tolley. I'm the site foreman here at Albion site for iStruct Australia.
My name is Roberto Suarez, and now I have 53 years old.
The way I see my job is that we have Heritage Victoria, because they're responsible for controlling this building, which is the site, which is on the Heritage Register. And they have, if you like, one view of the world. And then we've got Pallegra, who have to develop the site, who are pragmatic. And I'm somewhere in the middle. So I've got to make sure that Pallegra understands Heritage Victoria, and to a degree that Heritage Victoria understands the pragmatics of what Pallegra needs to do to make the thing work. So
mostly my job involves looking after the supervisors, but also the kind of the high level aspect of the job, make sure the job gets done safely. Any parts that basically need to nut out how on earth we're going to actually do the demolition, because being a heritage building, we can't just knock holes in the walls or anything like that. We need to work from the inside out. With this particular site, you've got machinery that just doesn't sit uniquely by itself on one floor. It's all integrated through the 4-5 levels. So with that, you're taking one thing down, it's affecting all different floors. So yeah, that's probably, yeah, I haven't done a job like this, that's for sure.
it's just this huge industrial monolith, if you like. It's, as I like to think of it, it was one big machine. It's got all of these intestines that go up and down and through the floors, and what I've been told is called the mill stream. So you've got this flour stream of wheat all the way through to flour out the other end. And it has this fantastic energy. All of these people have made all of these bits of really robust machinery to do this job, to feed all of the people out here every day, to produce enough bread for, not necessarily just coming from here, but huge amounts of wheat processed into bread, processed into flour, for bread, for cakes, for scones, for anything to eat. Our staple, a good portion of it would have come through this building. So it has this incredible place in history, and it's an incredible building. It's unique, it's the biggest thing around. We're on top of the world, and on top of the silos out here.
A lot of passion when I take the part or something, pues all is perfect. This is more than 100 years in this building, but all construction, everything screw, everything part is really, you never more and see the same construction now. O sea, it's all modern, but the technique is very different. It's only quick, fast, you see, but this one is amazing.
behind me on this side in 1926, in place of this building, was another building which is probably quite similar, but because flour is such an explosive mix in a dust, it blew up, caught fire and burned to the ground. And in its place, with the help of the insurance, they built this building. These are called planer sifters, and they have a whole stack of literally sieves in them, which have graded in size. And they shake. The whole point is that they have an eccentric load and they're driven by a motor at the top, and that literally just shakes the box. So, and you can see how they're suspended. So these are, if you like, the suspension rods, so that they don't shake the building.
This is only in 3 pieces. This is one, this is another one. I think is a hair couple ball here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. Is disconnected this nut for separate this one.
In its current state, the building's just a little bit hazardous because whilst when it was in operation, the people who were here would have known all about it and known exactly where all of the pitfalls were. We now today have a building and the machinery which is in part in place, and so some of it's pretty hazardous. If you happen to look down here, you can drop down 4 floors I think it is. You can see the screw drives at the bottom where that was running out through the outside and back to the packing house where it was either originally bagged or later on sent directly out to the trucks. So these silos, which just happen to be lying around on railway land, so this is not our land, if you like. Yes. So they're the ones that came from the northern side of the silos, where those concrete pads are only about this thick.
They come from there?
Well, that one did. The others have gone, and yeah, the smaller one. So
that was there.
Don't know how it got to here, but that's now railways.
We should just
that's the railways' problem now, because that's their land, I think.
Kilo a year.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Complete with Harlequin bugs.
The fittest go first. So I'll follow you guys up.
The youngest.
Feel the cold.
After you guys up.
Ah, that's nice, isn't it?
Let's go in anyway.
Unchanged.
Go on this side.
Altona, I think he's going for over there. You can see the ships actually at anchor.
Oh yeah.
Down there.
As the director of iStruct Australia and in partnership with the Pelligra Group, it is our privilege to undertake this wonderful project. We really hope you enjoy the unfolding of it.